So good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's weekly career class. I am your host, Samar Solomon. So we meet here every Saturday to hear from industry experts on on the various careers. And today we have with us Gargi Sharma. She is a first-year student at SRCC, which is, as you would know, the top-ranked college in India for commerce. And I'm sure all of you will have a lot of questions to ask her. So I will suggest you to keep your questions prepared because we will be having a Q&A round as always. So now I'll go on to introduce Gargi. Gargi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hi, good morning.
Hi, Gargi. Welcome to you, and it's an extreme pleasure to have you here on our platform.
Thank you.
Gargi is a first-year college student at SRCC, and she's pursuing her CA course along with her UG studies. She has a strong academic background. We know this because, she's also a recipient of the prestigious DLF Scholarship, which funded her education from the time when she was in class 6 till class 12. And currently, she also is a scholar of the Raman Kant Munjal Foundation, right? And which funds her college education right now at SRCC. So that's those two are very great achievements. And we'll hear more about this in this session in a few minutes from Gargi herself. I'm sure a lot of you here would want to know about scholarships, how to apply for them, etc. We'll be covering all of that in today's session. So Gargi, she has a passion for finance and social work, and she also has some experience in editorial work. So Gargi, very excited to hear from you. And now she has a presentation for all of us, right? So we'll get to hear from her, and then all of you, like I said, you can post your queries in the chat box. And so let's move ahead now. Welcome, Gargi.
So, hello everyone. Nice to see you all here. As I introduced, I am Gargi Sharma, currently pursuing Bcom Hons from Shri College of Commerce. So basically, in today's session, we will be discussing about the CVT exam and the other college-related issues. The first thing will be, I want you guys to be participative and keep it as interactive as possible. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. So basically, I'm from humble background, and as sir mentioned, I'm a DLF scholar from 6th grade, and currently I'm a Raman Kant Munjal scholar. I love listening to music, and I think in today's generation, most of the people love listening to music. Who do not love music? Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. I think when I talk about my journey, so basically it's about my school. When I was not a very brilliant and talented person from the very beginning. So basically, when I was in grade 6 to 8, I was not really sure about the what I want to do in my life. And I think that's all right. Many of us do not know what we want to become, but I was very talkative and a childish bacha, and I am still today also. So I think that's not a big issue if you are naughty or you are talkative or something. Chalta hai itna to. Then I got transferred to a new school from DLF Society only. Then it was a new beginning for me because that school was highly profiled school, and being very honest, I was resisting going to school in the few earlier days, and I would say a few earlier months. But then, because the environment was suddenly changed for me, it was it was completely a drastic change from lower level school to a very high class school. But still, I must say that school has helped me a lot, and I think the DLF and the school both are the most responsible things that happened in my life and for where I am today at SRCC. And also during the COVID time, the 10th board exam was another trouble. Like everyone else, I was also tensed about the stream selection, like what to choose and what not. then I finally opted for the commerce stream. The first reason is because it was a practical based subject, and the second and very interesting reason is I just hate science. uh, I just never want to opt for science. 10th में मुश्किल से पूछा छूटा था science से, so I was very happy. So that's why I opted for the commerce. So then I passed my grade 12th and fortunately got into a good college. And I must say thanks to DLF Foundation and the Ridge Valley School, because it would not have been possible without them. Now coming to the next slide, CVT exams. When I talk about the CVT exam, so first thing is during the exam, during our time, the exam was conducted for the first time. So things were not so clear, but now things are very clear, and we can easily find out the what are the process and how we can prepare in a better way. Like say, very important thing for the CUT exam is uh, uh, in the previous year, what happened is some students made a mistake. Like they gave CUT exam for some subject. Let's say example, they gave exam for accounts, business studies, and say political science, because we are supposed to select 3 or 4 subjects from the domain side. So they selected these 3 subjects, and now then they have given CUT for these subjects, and then these subjects did not match with the requirements of the subjects required at the university level for the particular course. Let's say they want to get into Bcom honors. So Bcom honors, there was a condition to have at least accounts or maths. These were in the option. Either you have accounts with you or math, and plus 2 subjects in which you have business studies and economics. So these subjects were mandatory, but the person did not have economics in the CUT exam, so he was not eligible for the Bcom honors program at DU level. So many students and even my friends also made this mistake during the previous year. Like they've given the exam, they have scored even good marks also, but there was no point because they didn't get the appropriate course as per their requirements. So before selecting the exams, we usually select those subjects which are easier, like physical education or business studies, like all those. But you should match the subject combination with the university requirement for a particular course. Second thing is, when we talk about CUET, yeah, obviously it's a competitive exam, but if you focus on the concepts at the 12th level only, then I won't think it would be a great problem, because for me, at me also, it was not that difficult, because when I was in 12th, we used to study together, like peer study, and we used to clear doubts of each other. So that's how we are more indulged into the concepts and not just solving a particular type of question. Because in MCQ you won't get a big question. They will ask you the small details, and you will stuck up there if your concepts were not clear. So just keep your concepts clear. Then I don't think the competitive exam will be a trouble. Then many people ask for the coaching for CUT. Even I was also thinking for the coaching, but it is also completely an individual's decision whether you want to go for coaching for CUT exam or not, because it depends upon the one's capability and potential. Also, sometimes we need regularity in our studies, so that's why also some students require coaching, because we need a regular time frame. Then coming to a very important thing is, when you are giving your CUT exam or you're preparing for it, you're planning for DU or other universities. So prepare the documents from the earlier stage only. What happened with my friend was, she has given her exam. Even she was selected in one of the DU college in South Campus, but there was some issue in the documentations. So they rejected her application. And they have warned her, and they've given only 2 hours to resolve that query, and she was not able to do so. So they just canceled her application, and she was not able to get into that college. So that's why you need to, since it's everything on online portal, so you need to keep a regular check on everything, like what are the latest updates, how the deadlines are, what are the documents required. At the other side, there are some quotas like EWS and other certificates which need to be managed at the earlier stage only, because then you will go for government work, then they will take a lot of time, and these process gets over at a very small time span. Now let's moving to the next slide. So yesterday only, the NTA has released the new guidelines for the this year UG program CVT exam. So what they have made is, like, this year the exam will be conducted in the online mode only, as the previous year it was conducted. It was a computer-based program. It is a computer-based program. So now the last date and deadline for the registration and the fee submission is the 12th March. So before 12th March, you can register on the NTA website or CUET.samar.ac.in. The links are given in the PPT only, in the PPT itself. I will share it with you. You can refer to these links for the registration purpose. It's open till 12th March only. Then coming to the okay, so what happened is, last year there were many mistakes people made while maybe typing, or some errors. They were not able to correctly fill it in one go. So they opened the site again, but some people were still not able to do so. So their applications were cancelled. So this year they have already given the slot time gap, that till 15th to 18th March you can correct your particulars which were wrong earlier. Like if you have filled your application on before 12th March, and you think that you have filled something wrong, then you can change your particulars. My name is Gargi, so I have written GERGI rather than GARGI. So I can change that between 15th to 18th March, in that time span. I can change it to GARGI and I can correct it, and it will be updated on the site also. Then these are the other announcements, like the city of examination. While you fill this form, they will ask the preferred city, like which is near your place. They will ask 3 to 4 places. You need to mention those. So what is your fixed place city? That will come on 30th April 2023. And other details like date of examination, it's on 21st May onwards. That will come on the site as you will proceed. So you just need to check these sites regularly, NTA site and the CUT.samar.ac. Now moving on to the next slide, paper pattern. So basically last year also the paper pattern was, the paper was divided into 3 sections. First section is language based, second section is domain specific, and the third section is general test. So when we come to the language based, there are options given. Okay, let me move on to the previous slide only. When you click on this CUET UG 2023, there is a link. When you click on this link, I will share this link. You will get a PDF of the official notification, that circular. In that circular only, there is given the list of the subjects, like what subjects you can opt for, your in domains of in language based, you can opt for Hindi, English, and many other regional languages like Telugu, Punjabi, or any other, and your any regional languages. So you can, it's not necessary to opt for English only, you can opt for other languages also. Similarly, so that's why they have given 1A and section 1B. So you can opt from any two, and you have to attempt 40 questions out of the 50. But you can leave any 10 questions as per your convenience, like जो नहीं आ रहा छोड़ देना. उसके बाद, then moving on to domain specific. Domain specific, you have 27 domain specific subjects. You need to opt for 3 domain subject minimum, and maximum you can give exams for 10 subjects. So accordingly, you need to see like how many paper you want to give. Like say if you are targeting for BA honors, like BA in literature and Bcom honors. So both courses have their individual subject specifications. Like when you are going for literature, then obviously literature in English, if you're opting, then you need to give exam for English also. And for BCom honors at DU level, you need to opt for accounts, economics, business studies, and your any one language. So that's how, if a person is also opting for also aiming for HR course, human resource, so then also he needs to see the that subject qualifications, like what subjects are required, and then accordingly he can do. But the maximum number of exams you can give are 10 exams, with the 10 subjects exams, and that's it. Now coming to the general test. General test is an optional test. Like there are some universities which require the general test as necessary condition for the specific course. Like talking about DU, at SRCC, at DU, BCom honors does not require general test as a necessary condition for getting into BCom honors. But there are many universities which need general test as a necessary requirement for some specific courses. So you need to check. It depends upon the individual course selection that you need to give general test or not. And last year, what happened was the general test was given higher weightage than any other 2 domain specific test. If someone is given the general test and 2 domain subjects, and if your total of 2 domain subject marks are less than the general test, then the general test marks will be taken. Like you can say best out of, like in the exams also what happened in classes, teachers take 3 exam and we take best 2. So similarly, they also have given this privilege, like if you have less marks in domain, in the sum total of 2 domain, then they can take up the general test in that case. But this year, the guidance are not still clear about this fact. So you need to check the latest news as it comes. And if there is no changes, then this will happen this year also. But please check the general test is compulsory for your particular course or not. Then accordingly you can choose whether to give the general test or not. So general test basically contains the GK related questions and your basic level till 10th level, and mostly EVS portion and very basic questions. But these are I must say, when I've given the general test, my GK is very not so good, so that's why I scored very less in the general test. But I knew it because that for DU I do not require general test. So that's how you can plan. You can even give more test because if you're not sure that you will get good marks or not, it totally depends on you. Okay, so this is to subject combination very wisely and match the subject combination as per the requirement of the university in a specific course. I've already explained how it works. Please don't make this mistake. It's a blunder mistake. It will ruin your life. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so keep a regular check on the NTA site and the summers.ac.in for the latest updates, and explore Google, obviously. You can anywhere explore the new circulars, new updates coming on, because when it was all manual admission based, then things were also very distorted. But still, when it is come to the online mode, many people do not have the idea like how to process it, and since they have lack of resources and lack of information, they somewhere gets do not get appropriate counseling or something. So that's somewhere they are at loss. So please keep a check on Google and regular check on sites. Take help of counselor and read the conditions in the eligibility criteria very carefully, like what I've said about the courses and the subjects required as per the universities. Now moving on to the next slide, scholarship. When I talk about the scholarship, like scholarship has played a very important role in my life. So because I have been a scholar since grade 6 onwards. So and obviously it will add to your CV also, no doubt. Uh, so many universities, organizations, big companies, they are offering many different scholarships. And even now also, if you search on Google, you will get a number of scholarships still available also. Some few scholarships are, I've mentioned, are Raman Kant Munjal Scholarship, as I'm also a part of it. Also Reliance Scholarship. Reliance Foundation has recently introduced a new type of scholarship for the students who are undergraduate students only. Then we have UK government scholarships, great scholarship. UK government introduced many scholarships for the different level of students, like 8th to 10th onwards, or undergraduate students. So you can choose according to your preference, like which scholarship you want to go for. And also, if you are in college, if you get selected in any college or something, then individual college has also its own scholarships. Like I am at SRCC, so the SRCC has its scholarship individual for the SRCC, exclusively for the SRCC students only. So when you are at college, you can also check at the college site what are the scholarships available, and you can anyhow try for it. Next is HDFC Badhe Kadam Scholarship. So its applications were closed yesterday, but it was a good scholarship. It was, and there are other scholarships also which are not mentioned here, but there are other many single girl child scholarship by the government, and there for girls there are many scholarships available. So you can search on Google and you can keep a track. So and whenever you're trying for a scholarship, just go through the eligibility criteria very carefully, and the terms and conditions. Like say, even if you are part of a scholarship, um, but still there are other scholarships which will take you into consideration even if you're part of another scholarship also. Like you can have both scholarships also, but you need to check the eligibility criteria and terms and condition, and then you can go for it. There are some scholarship which restrict them in those single scholarship only, but there are some scholarship which then you can have multiple scholarships also. So it depends upon the terms and condition, eligibility criteria. Then moving to the next slide. Bcom honors at SRCC. So Bcom honors at SRCC, there are many students who do not really know that what are the subjects in Bcom honors. Like they are not aware about the subjects they are going to study at the future in Bcom honors. So I've listed some subjects like just it will give you some insights like financial accounting, business law, management, corporate accounting, HRM is human resource management, income tax, and there are other also like auditing. These are the sites where you will be going to explore when you are taking BCom honors. These are more or less related to finance, accounts, GST, tax related management, and some part of law also. So there it is all about the BCom honors. Now, when you are coming at the DU and SRCC, DU offers four different types of subjects, and you can categorize subjects into four types. First is core subject, then general electives, then ability enhancement compulsory course, then your value addition skill enhancement course. What are these courses? First is your core subject. Core subjects, like in my first semester, my core subjects are management, accounts, financial accounting, and B law, business law. So these three are my core subjects. When you core subjects means the core subjects which you will be studying for this semester. Coming to the general electives are those subjects which, like say, if I want to explore other subject also, like in Bcom honors, economics is very less when as compared to the economics honors. But I want to go for the economics also, as I want to study it. I like it, so I can choose it as my general elective subject. So I have chosen the microeconomics as my general elective subject. Coming to ability enhancement compulsory course, so it is a course which basically brings the those courses which we do not really focus on, but it's very important in today's scenario. Like you can say example of EVS, environmental studies. Like if even I say today that I am studying environmental studies, EVS, so they will say yeah, it's a fifth, sixth subject है, तुम कहाँ BCom level पे पढ़ रहे हो? So, but still, EVS is very important. Like what I am studying right now is like I have come to know a many number of facts about the environment, like how we are really destroying it. So this is what ability enhancement compulsory course which are implemented after the new education policy at DU level. And now other skill enhancement courses include your Python, Java, big data, or even your personality development courses, communication skills, all these which are related to the skills, like so that you can enhance your own personality in a sense, in that sense. So basically, it's not so core subject basically works on the academics part. General electives gives us the other options available to us which we can explore at. Availability enhancement compulsory course gives the insights about the other subjects, and skill enhancement course gives the enhances our skills and personality itself. Now coming on to tutorials and faculties. So in DU and mostly at the high ranked colleges, tutorials are very important, and even they have internal markings also. Like this year the internal marking has changed. Earlier it was for 10 marks, now it has increased to 30 marks because students were taking tutorials very lightly. But tutorials are very important. Tutorials are basically those, like if someone is not able to ask something at class, or like class is going on, he just black out of the class, like or he was not paying attention, like or like he missed the class or something, so he can cover up that portion in the tutorials. So every week we have tutorial of one subject every week. Like I have business law tutorial once in a week, financial accounting tutorial once in a week, management tutorial once in a week, like that. So we can cover up our pending part there, and we can also have other discussions. Like if I don't like my class teacher, like how she is teaching in class, so I can refer to other person who is at tutorial. So it depends on us, like whom we like, so we can adjust. So I think tutorial is a good thing. It gives flexibility to us, and we can explore more in the tutorial part. And coming to faculty, like faculty at SRCC, I think it's good. Some teachers are obviously not so good, but yeah, overall I can say it's a good faculty. I must say, teachers put their good efforts. There's some teachers who do not also, but still, on an average scale, the faculty is good. But do not ask about the infrastructure. It's horrible, not horrible, but it's still not. Obviously, it's a government college, so you won't get the proper infrastructure. But still, it's improved a lot from 5 year back the line. So yeah, it's improving. Now coming to society, apart from academics, the society work is also there at DU colleges. And when we talk about societies, so we need to see society in a both way. Sometimes it puts a lot of pressure on us, like highly competitive, lot of pressure, so much of work to be done, how to manage society and exams, how to manage studies. Sometimes you need to miss your week, a complete week class for a single session of at society. Like even today also in our college, Aman Gupta is coming. So Aman Gupta, I think you all know Aman Gupta, Shark Tank. So, so this is what. But society is also at the same time, it also improves one's personality. It improves the practical part of the what you are studying and how to implement it in a practical way. It brings out the creativity and enhancement, everything. And I think being a part of society is a very good thing, and also it's a very good impact on your CV. So obviously you can choose societies, but please be careful while choosing societies. There are, because when you take up like Josh may starting maybe take up like 5 to 6 societies, 7, 8 societies, and then we end up messing up everything like academics, societies, and the pressure, and then it will somewhere affects your mental health and sleep cycle. So do not do that. Just balance your academics and studies both, so that you can, because you need CGPA also to get a placement, and you need skills also. So you need to balance both. Extracurricular activities, all the events and all your TEDx shows and all your consultants and everything. When you hear it out and you hear the views of others, it will somewhere affects you and improves and gives a scope of improvement in yourself. So other professional courses, they're like when you are studying Bcom honors, you can always there are 90% of students out of 100%, 90% students who are taking professional course side by side along with Bcom honors. So Bcom honors alone, I don't think work in a very good way. But obviously, if you are doing Bcom honors from a good college, then obviously it's a good thing. Then along Bcom honors also works, but it's always add to your CV and your personality and your knowledge also. And also it helps in Bcom honor program, because what are you doing? You are studying the same thing at different levels. Like if I'm having a CA course along with Bcom honors, what's happening is if I'm studying for CA inter, so I have already covered that part. So I need to study less for the Bcom honors SEM 2, because SEM 2 Bcom honors and the CA inter are more or less same. So somehow you're studying the same subjects in a different time spans. So it's also depends upon the individual capacity how you are going to take up. So you can have professional other courses like CA, CMA, or CFA, CPA, like other courses along with Bcom honors. And even college also, like in our college there is a society Wings of Fire, which is totally CA oriented society. So they also give a lot of material reference, and also it comes on like peer studying, and so you can develop there also. Now coming on to internships. Internships is obviously very important, but I think we should take internships from the second year or third year onwards. Because second year or third year, because in first year we are still struggling. Like I am about to complete my first semester, and it was very this year, so it was only 3 or 4 month semester, and they have increased the subjects to 7, like 3 main subjects, core subjects, and 4 other additional subjects. So 7 subjects in 4 months, it's too much. And even the number of classes reduced, so even the teachers are not able to cover up the syllabus. So this is what, so that's why in first second semester people hardly get time to go for internships. But still you can go for internships, but you need to manage how you will prioritize internships, societies, academics, professional courses. It totally depends upon the one's individual decision or preference, like how they're going to take up the call. Or even it depends upon the interest part also. Then portfolio development, obviously this will all help in your portfolio development only, and your CV. So it's a, I think, great thing. Coming on to the next slide, career opportunities. So career opportunities after Bcom honors, we all know, if you are doing Bcom honors from a very good college, so obviously the main aim is to have good placements. Then obviously CA, CS, CMA. So CMA is cost management accounting. So CA is chartered accountant, everyone knows. CMA is cost management accounting. Cost management accounting basically compiles the costing part and the management part. Like costing part, like say if you are making cost sheet, and then based on that cost sheet, how the management is going to take decision, that is what your cost management accounting. Then your financial risk manager, how to analyze your risk and the benefit, and so that in which project you need to invest in all this. And other actuarial is coming up a very hot career option. But you can go, I think you should go for actuarial only when if you are highly interested into maths, because it's very mathematical. It's based on very mathematical operations, but it's a good stream. Then financial analyst, financial marketing, sales manager, HR manager, human resource manager, CFA, chartered financial analyst. So chartered CFA, what is the difference? Many people ask what's the difference between ACCA, Accounting Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, and CA. So ACCA is basically recognized into 170 countries. ACCA is recognized in 170 countries. They can sign the balance sheet of other foreign countries, those 170 countries, but they cannot sign the Indian balance sheet. Whereas CA can sign the Indian balance sheet also. So this is the major difference. So in a way, you can say CA is comparatively at a higher level than ACCA. And also when we talk about the passing percentage, ACCA has more passing percentage than the CA. But the number, when you come on the number of papers you need to give, then you have to give about 12 to 13 papers in ACCA, and CA has less number of paper, but you need to go for articleship also at CA level. So this is this. Now coming on to CPA, Certified Public Accountant, it's also more or less same thing. Then Certified Financial Planner. So Certified Financial Planner is basically when we talk about the financial planning, like the resources from which the company gonna take the capital, like going for debt, equity, or how they are funding their society and where they are investing. So writing down everything and then analyzing the everything. This is the basically work of the certified financial planner. Then digital marketing, we all know it's very common. Then tax consultant. Taxes are like after GST, tax consultants are also in very high demand. Then professor, obviously you can go for as a professor in a college or school. So these were the major career options. Now coming on to the next slide. Question answer window. So I think I sum up.
Yeah, Gargi, thank you so much for that very informative presentation. So yeah, we're now in the Q&A round, and everyone, please feel free to ask your queries on the chat. Gargi will be addressing them. Thank you. So Gargi, during the course of your presentation, we have some queries which some students asked. So the first question is, what percentage do we require in CVT and academics to get admission in a top college like SRCC?
So basically, they are not based on percentage. If you are giving exams like for CVT, Bcom Honors, you need to give 3 compulsory exams and 1 language exam. So it will come out a total of 800. So you need to get above 750, around 750 or 755 or 745, according to the cutoff, like that for getting into a good college. Even I must say ki above 700, you will gonna get good colleges only.
All right, thanks for that. So the next question is, can we prepare for CVT at home as well, or do we need special coaching centers?
I already talked about this. This obviously you can work at home only. Just focus on the concepts because it's MCQ paper, and you know how MCQ troubles you because it pinpoints you on the very basic concepts, on very small things. It's not gonna come as a big question that you need to solve like this, make an account. It's a simple debit credit. So that's very simple sort of thing. But when you come to MCQ, they troubles you at a very small point. So just when you're going through a book, just go through very carefully about the each and everything and ask yourself why, like why this happened, search on Google. And I think if your concepts are clear, then I don't think you need to take tuitions or coaching for CVT. But rest, it depends on the individual decision, like how they want to go for it. Also, you can have coaching also. It depends on the individual choice.
All right, Gargi. So basically, you would also recommend students to use only NCERT textbooks, or are there any other resources which they can refer to?
Like for the commerce specifically and accounts, they can refer to NCERT, but the DK Goel and TS Gravel are highly recommended by everyone. And also for and rest, I think NCERT for business studies, NCERT is more than enough. Economics also NCERT is more than enough. But still, economics they can also refer to other publishers like PR Gen and other some publishers also. And if they are highly into academics, they're very keen to study, then they can go for foreign publishers because books of foreign publishers and ICSE board, they are very informative. If you wanna just read for the reference, but the exam will not come from there. Don't worry.
Okay. So the next question is, does SRCC have hostel facilities?
Yeah, SRCC do have hostel facilities, but it is based on the ranking and the number, your percentage and marks in your CVT exam only. And even also if you are living at NCR, Delhi NCR, then you will not get hostel, as I am not eligible to ask for hostel because I am at Delhi NCR.
All right. So, Gargi, you mentioned in your presentation that I believe you are preparing for the CA Foundation course, right?
Yeah,
So,
CA Foundation, CMA Foundation.
okay. All right. So, can you shed some light on, what kind of effort goes into preparing for such exams alongside your UG studies? So, and what does your routine look like?
Yeah. So my routine right now is very hectic because I'm because up down daily from Delhi becomes very tiring. So basically what happens is if you are going for other professional courses like CA, so talking about foundation level is more or less similar to your 11, 12 concepts. If you are done there, then you won't need to emphasize more into those subjects. But there are some new subjects like in CA and CMA both. Business law is a new subject for a 12th pass student. But for whom who is doing Bcom honors, business law is also familiar. So if you are giving the CA foundation exam with the first semester only, then your subjects are more or less same. If you study for Bcom honors or you study for CA, it's more or less same. And you can do what I do what I open PPT at one. The PPT is given by teachers and the PDFs, books PDF, and even physical book, whatever, for Bcom program. And I also open the CA foundation module or CA inter module. Like I've cleared the foundation, so I'm in inter now. So for CA inter module, so I just refer, if I am studying a single chapter, I refer to both the books. It's more or less same. You need, but yeah, somewhere it's deep into the CA. CA is more detailed. So you will obviously get through the Bcom honors very easily if you are doing that thing only. And obviously you need to focus, like during exams right now, in February, March, we have exams. So I can't go for CA preparation. So you also need to prioritize your time in that way. And if you are taking professional courses, then I would say rather you will take less societies and take only those societies which interest you. And you also need to manage your time. Like either you take PG hostel or something, because I myself also feeling that daily up down is very difficult and inter is high. So that's why.
So, Gargi, this is a follow-up query on your, regarding the hostel. So, are there any charges for it, and what's basically the criteria if one has to get hostel accommodation?
For hostel accommodation, the basic there are some charges. You need to fill form, and you need to then they will rank accordingly. And the ranks are already decided at this CVT exam. But still they conduct another list. They take out another list and they publish that list. And if your name comes into the list, then you will be allotted a hostel, and if not, then you will not be allotted a hostel. And if you are a part of Delhi NCR, then you are not at all eligible for the hostel also. So only outsiders are eligible for the hostel. And for hostel, it's very, very, very competitive, because there are very less number of hostel accommodations, and there are very huge crowd there. So yeah.
All right. So, moving on to the next question, Gargi. So, you've spent some time in college now. So, how are you finding the peer learning environment there? So, have you been able to learn something, because you must have met so many kinds of people from different backgrounds. So, how has that been for you?
Yeah, so peer, obviously I've met many people, and it's good meeting meeting many people, knowing about them, and you also get to know about the different people, and you also get to know, like, everyone is not same, so you need to adjust. I find some people very interesting and good also. I also find some people not so interesting, but I need to manage. Like, it's not every time I can find everyone very interesting, and I can hope that everyone will be in my favor only. There are some people who might will not be interested in you, but you need to take everything with yourself. Like in college, what happens is usually the freshers, they don't feel comfortable with everyone, so they don't feel like going to college. But I would say ki at that time you should go to college. You should think like not everyone is of your type, huh? But you can't say, but you need to manage with all. So that's why you just go and enjoy your day on your own. You will somehow find your vibes, and your vibes will match, and then gradually you will make friends. But you meet the person on the first day will obviously not be the friend on the last day of the college. There will be many changes, and the gradually you will find the one who is very close to you and will be the inner circle of your close friends. So things are changing.
Right. So we had one question on the DLF scholarship. So can you tell us more details on it? Like what really happens? How does one benefit from it, and how can we apply to it?
So right now, DLF, in the current scenario, in our time, it was a test was conducted, and then it was all manual based. But in current scenario, DLF have shifted is based on the online platform. So they are so we can give, it's eligible for after 12th, after grade 5. You need to give a test. You will give a test, and if you are qualified in that test, then you will have an interview round. In interview round, if you qualified in interview round also, then there is 1 or 2 more rounds as per the requirements. You just need to go through those rounds. So when we talk about the applications, DLF applications are to be filled. They are online application form. I can, if I will ask my seniors if they will give the exam form. If they are open right now, I will pass on the a link for the registration of the DLF scholarship. So basically that's how it works. Now the complete database is on the online mode. So you need to even send your documents for verification on online mode only. That's how it works.
All right. So Gargi, we also know that you undertook counseling guidance from IDC counselors, right? So can
Yes, sir.
you tell us about how it has helped you in your career journey, And if you would, if you would want to advocate counseling to students like you and other such students, so just throw some light on that.
Okay. So what happened was when I just gave my 12th exams, I was confused like which course to take up, like Bcom Honors or BA, or I should go for other of vocational courses or what. Because I was not sure about my interest. I've taken some counseling sessions for High Dream Career. It was a very grateful help. Monica Dheer ma'am was my counselor. She's really nice. So we have conducted a psychometric test and other tests. So I've given those tests, and results came out. So she informed about what are my strengths and weaknesses and everything. So what is very important is IDC has a platform. It has a login, password and ID of an individual student. So even today also, if I want to go and explore, so I can go there, and at there they are given there are different columns, like what are according to my performance in the test, what are the career options available to me. And at the career options, when you click at one career option, it will be directly go to the details of the career options. So you can study each and everything in that one dashboard only of IDC. So, and even also there are some college related things also. There are some scholarships also. And even that scholarship column, they also show which scholarships are open right now, which will be announced later, and which are closed. So it's very helpful in getting the scholarships. If you want to go for a scholarship, so you can check the scholarship. Like if you are searching on Google, it will be very difficult for you. So you can directly you can log in your dashboard, and you can according to your interest and what have come in your psychometric test, you can go accordingly for the scholarship, and you can check the eligibility criteria and everything. So this is what I like the most about the one is the counseling sessions conducted by the by ma'am, and the second is the dashboard thing, which I still operate, and I can operate, and even anyone can operate with the ID password, and we can just refer to the everything. Like there are n numbers of career options, and you can just go through those career options. You don't know when your mind get diverted toward an individual option which might interest you. So you must go through every options which are available there, and these all are based on your test performance only. So it somewhere helps me.
So thank you so much, Gargi, for that. Do we have any more questions? So yeah, meanwhile, while others ask questions, so I am pasting the link here in the chat box of our dashboard, which Gargi was just talking about. Basically, it's a repository of all content on careers, colleges, scholarships, and that's very helpful for any student, especially school students. So please go through that, and I'll also paste our contact details in the chat in case you would require to avail our counseling services. You can reach out to us, and I've put our details here in the chat.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have any other question now, and we have come to an end to this wonderful session. So thank you so much, Gargi, for coming on our platform, and that was a very informative session, I must say. I'm sure all of us have gathered a lot of information on scholarships, on the Bcom course, what really is taught in classes and other such things. So thank you so much for that. And Gargi, would you like to add something?
So thank you so much to you. You have given me this opportunity to share my views. I'm very thankful to you. And also thanks to my counselor, Monica Dheer ma'am, and IDC for showing me the correct path where I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gargi, and pleasure. So bye to everyone for now. I have pasted our contact details in the chat, and we'll be meeting again next week at the same time.